Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce you to a great book called The Moon. This book records how human understanding of the moon has gradually deepened from ancient times to the present day. First, let's look at how people in ancient times understood the moon. In the early days of ancient civilizations, the moon was a very mysterious existence for humans. Since people at that time knew little about astronomy, the moon's motions could not be explained scientifically, so people endowed the moon with various cultural meanings and superstitions. In Greco-Roman mythology, the moon was depicted as a gentle and fickle goddess. These cultural attributions reflected ancient people's guesses and imaginations about this unknown object. However, ancient times were not completely shrouded in superstition. In ancient Greece a few centuries BC, some thinkers had already begun to explore the moon scientifically. The Greek mathematician Pythagoras, through long-term observation, discovered that the moon does not emit light, but merely reflects sunlight. He also noticed the moon's periodic phases of waxing and waning, which are related to the relative positions of the moon, earth and sun. These scientific discoveries pulled moon research out of the quagmire of superstition and set humanity on the path of rationally exploring the moon. In the 17th century, Galileo invented the telescope and humans truly began to study the moon up close. In 1609, Galileo first used a telescope to observe the moon and saw its rough terrain clearly. By observing the changes in the moon's shadows, he also proposed a method to calculate the heights of mountains on the moon. This was undoubtedly a major turning point in the history of human moon research. In the 17th to 18th centuries, with the advancement of telescope technology, making maps of the moon became the focus for astronomers. After Galileo, the British astronomer Thomas Harriot drew a more precise map of the moon's surface. In the mid-17th century, the Polish astronomer Johannes Hevelius created a 34-centimeter diameter 3D model of the moon, which also became the standard reference for moon research for the next century and a half. It can be said that the use of the telescope ushered in a new phase in moon science dominated by cartography. Humans could finally scrutinize this mysterious neighbor up close. In the second half of the 19th century, geology emerged as a new scientific discipline contributing to moon research. The American businessman Richard Baldwin, through studying the moon's craters, proposed that these landscapes were formed by meteorite impacts. This insight opened a new chapter in lunar geology. In 1961, the discovery by American astronomer William Hartmann also confirmed this impact hypothesis. People began to pay attention to how the moon's landforms were created. In the 1960s, human lunar exploration entered the space age. In 1959, the Soviet Union's Luna 3 became the first probe to photograph the far side of the moon. A decade later, Apollo 11 achieved humanity's first moon landing. Through analysis of returned lunar samples, scientists proposed that the moon may have formed from a gigantic impact event. This giant impact hypothesis became the mainstream theory of the moon's origin. It can be said that the advent of the space age greatly advanced human scientific understanding of the moon. From mystical cultural meanings, to rational scientific exploration, to close-up investigation in the space age, human knowledge of the moon has achieved a qualitative leap, but the mysteries are far from fully unlocked. The moon continues to present itself to humans with a whole new face. In the days to come, humanity will continue this great exploration of the moon. That's all for today. If you are also interested in the moon, I highly recommend reading this book, which will absolutely give you brand new knowledge. Thank you for watching. See you next time.